Hey, Cleaning Nation, Mike Campion here with Adan and Ruth Orozco. These two amazing humans started Oasis Cleaning Services back in 2016 in Golden, Colorado. They are residential. This is, I believe, one of our few return appearances from a client. I think they said they were on about a year ago. And before we started recording, I was just going over kind of where they are and just wanted to share with you where they were, where they are, and kind of their, not kind of, but their, in their own words, what's working for them, so we can kind of get you guys the value. But I think well, first of all, how long has it been since we started? Just so working together so people know time frame.
Since we started with you, it's been
in October.
October of 2022.
Yeah,
it's going to be 22, right? So it's going to be a year, 2 years. It's going to be 2 years.
At about 3 months, about a year and 9 months, give or take.
Yeah.
And I think the big thing is, I'll just give the overview and then you guys can fill in the blanks any way you see fit. Looks like we've 4x, or you guys have 4x your revenue and gone from cleaning, I think the both of you full-time to how many hours a week? Like 0 to 5? You guys tell me.
We had, so yeah, right now we're doing about she's doing 5 to 15. I'm doing about 5 hours a week. But that's just because we had a little hiccup last month, but hiring funnel is working great. So we're getting back into the
So prior to that, were you totally out, or had you been? Okay.
We were totally out. Yeah.
So generally you're out, but this for the last 30 days, 5 to 15 hours. Okay, cool. Not cool. We got to pick up the hiring funnel, but, cool. All right. So tell us about, and you don't have to, you can be as specific or general as you want, but how is your profitability? If the top line revenue went up 4x, 400%, how is bottom line revenue looking for you guys?
So top line revenue, right now we're oscillating between 35 to 45 a month. That's because we're still taking a couple of one-time cleans, but that's gonna go away soon. Our bottom line, we're doing between 20 to 30%. So again, it all depends on the month and how much we're spending on our marketing, which we are doing a lot. So yeah, that's where we're at on profitability.
Super excited. So I think we're gonna, $500,000 this year, maybe go for $1 million next year. I feel like we're right on track. So what are the big things? Maybe go two ways. What are the things that you're doing before we started working together that maybe some of the beliefs that you had, because they're equally important, what you're doing and what you believe, that was holding you back, that some of the listeners might go, oh, I've got those same hangups. And then what actions and beliefs have you replaced those with that you can attribute your success to?
Sure. You want to go? Yeah. Okay. So
first of all, if you guys, I don't know if you saw Don on the last thing, big long hair, basically looked homeless. Now that he's like now he's making money. He's like, I got to be a respectable member of this, society. That's what a haircut, maybe half. But what's the other half?
That's hilarious. Yeah. So, oh my God,
sorry, I should have gotten away. You're about to say something profound, I'm sure.
Yeah. No, not at all. I never do. So things that change our beliefs that we used to have. We used to be we're still friends with our employees, but we never drew a line. We never had that, hey, we're your boss, we're your leader in this company. So this is the way we do things. We never did that really before. We changed that really just a couple of months ago. And that took us the longest time, I think. Our cost of goods sold was off the roof for the longest time, for about a year and a half or so. So that kept us in a, let
me ask a couple questions about that, to be specific, because I think that's an important one.
Sure.
I have two specific. One, we'll take the cost of goods sold. You said the cost of goods sold was high.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the context of when you said it, it sounds like the cost of goods sold was high, not because your pricing was incorrect, but because your cleaners were
taking too long,
respecting how long it should take. Okay. So just wanted to be clear on that.
Sure.
Now, again, I'd love to dive deeper into when you said before we were treating so we've always been friendly and had a personal relationship with the employees. I think it's great. Like, this isn't just a shut up and do what I say. That's not what we're looking for. No. But you felt before unwilling or unable to also hold accountability?
We were both. We didn't know how to really go about it. We were kind of taught how to do it with the program, of course, but it was never really a concrete thing. We never really put system like sat down with them and hey, like this is the way we're gonna be doing things. This is the way the company is going to run for us to be able to help you out, to for us to be able to get more clients and find more amazing people like you guys, and find more amazing clients like the ones that we have. We need to stick to these standards of cleaning and timings and all that. I know that's not super important, but it was because our
What
customer.
flipped the switch for you? What made you go from we're just not able to be kind of the adults or the leaders to we feel like we are the adults and leaders in this organization?
I feel like we hit rock bottom. We were spending way too much money. We didn't have enough money to pay. We struggled with payroll for a couple of months, and that's really rough. Like we've struggled with our own payments before, and we've always put our employees before, and we've always been like, hey, we have to make payroll no matter what. So we always made that happen, even if we were lacking. But that's not the life we want to live. That's really not the way we want to do things, and that's not going to help anyone really. Because if we, for some reason, end the company, they're not going to have a job, and our clients are not going to have cleaners or a cleaning company as amazing as the one that we have. So I feel like we just hit rock bottom for that.
So what I'm hearing you saying, please correct me if I'm putting words in your mouth because I don't ever want to do that. Sounds
Sure.
like you said you had the skill set and the knowledge prior, but the pain wasn't great enough for you to be like, all right, I'm going to
Yeah.
have this conversation I know I could have and I know I should have. You're like, I'd rather just not. And then when it really was like, holy crap, we're having trouble making payroll, it's like, all right, party's over. I would like to be friends, but I have to make payroll. So friends now optional. And maybe that was it. So maybe,
Mhm.
I don't want to put words in your mouth. What I'm hearing you say is before you're like, if I have the adult conversation and kind of set boundaries, I'm going to lose the friendship. But when you're forced to do that, like friendship or not, this whole thing's going to go down. You had that conversation, you realized, holy crap, did they quit or did you find that they respected you when you did have that conversation?
They respect. So throughout the program, we've done a lot of changes, and we've gone through teams of people.
Mhm.
So we've had a lot of people quit. Last time we did these changes that were right after we hit rock bottom. No one quit. Everyone was on the same page as us. We were strong enough, and we felt like leaders enough to be able to tell them, "Hey, this is what we want. What we need to do." So no, everyone stayed. Everyone is happy and respects the company, and they take pride on their job and their interviews. They do interviews and they do training. So it's I really didn't think it was gonna go this way. I thought there was gonna be a little more pushback, but it's working out really good.
So I think that I'm guessing the big question most people are asking is, holy crap, you kind of went from give or take 10 grand to give or take 40 grand a month in less than 2 years.
Mhm.
What was the big one or two or three things that allowed you to make that? And well, again, let's do the same thing. What was holding you back before? Because it's not like you kind of
Right.
were scaling up. I think you guys were kind of stuck at that level for a while before we met. So you had some beliefs and actions that were keeping you there. Well, let's start with those and then we'll talk about the new and improved.
Okay, so to be honest, mindset was huge. We felt like we never had enough money to be able to spend on marketing, to be able to get out there and find new clients. That was huge.
But to a degree, that was true. With such a
Yeah.
little company, you didn't have a lot of money. And there's a lot of
Right,
people that don't. So it's,
right.
yeah, tell me more.
So that was huge for us just to be able to be like, hey, if we want to make money, we need to spend the money on marketing. And well,
So how
that
did
goes
you, because your reality didn't change. It's not like you went from not having money for marketing to having money in marketing. You believed you didn't have money in marketing. The reality was you had very little money for marketing. Like, how did you make that work? Like you didn't win the lottery. Like how did you do
right.
that?
No, I guess the change that we did was we started taking back a couple of those one-time cleans and putting that money into marketing, because we were not. And the biggest step for me was getting out of cleaning because I was still cleaning. I was not on the field. I was not doing walkthroughs. I was not talking to potential clients. I was not doing marketing. So that's the biggest, to me, that's been the biggest change, not having to be tethered to a job that I had to do every single day. And that opened up doors for me. And following, of course, your marketing strategy and what we've learned from Jackson and you personally, we've just been able to, again, from January to now, we've more than double our business. It's insane. That's crazy.
Crazy.
It's insane.
So yeah, 400% growth over the last year and 9 months, and 100% growth or double the growth, which is harder because to go from 10 to 20, you only have to add 10 grand a month. To go from 20 to 40, you got to add 20, and to go from 40 to 80, you got it gets harder. So
then it gets easier because we had all these clients so we had almost the same amount of clients we had when we started the program. We almost had the same amount of clients, and we were doing the same amount of invoicing and talking to clients and doing all this work for a third or a fourth, I'm sorry, of the income and the profit that we have right now. So right now we have just a couple more clients, but we're making way much money, and we're able to take care of our employees better than before because we have money. We can take them to parties. We can take care of them. We can do appreciation for our clients. We can just do a whole bunch of stuff that we were not able to. We were tied.
So yeah, I want to say what you said again, just in case anyone missed it, because that's a big deal. So it sounds like you've 4x'd the amount of revenue that you have. So you have 4 times the clients. And I think you gave me the math beforehand. It sounds like you have 20% more clients. So not 200%, not 400%, 20%. So almost the same amount of clients.
Yep.
But you just got better quality. And it's so fun because obviously you're in our program, so you'll message us and be like, add another $560 client, add another $500 client. Like they're all nice big clients. And before, a new client might have been $180.
Right.
So what, you didn't move. You didn't how did you do that?
Well,
we have a really good funnel.
Just like you said, we have a really good funnel. We know who we're serving the best way. I feel like at the end of the day, we feel empowered knowing that if we get another client, that's a perfect prospect for us. That's on the range that we usually charge. We can take care of our employees. We don't have to struggle trying to make payroll. We don't have to struggle trying to save off a couple $100 for a party every single month for employees, which is awesome. That's the best part of this. Just having fun with them, building a good culture. So it's not that we decided we're going to charge this much because we want to make more money. No, we're going to charge this much, or we're going to find the right kind of client for us because we want to take care of the people that surround us. We want to take care of our dreams, especially. So I think that was a change of mindset that we had. It's not that we're looking for clients that are $500, $600, $700 a month. It's just that we have needs and we have a vision and we have a mission to do better with our people.
Mike Campion here. Do you ever listen to the podcast and go, this is great information, I just wish I could actually get it implemented, and I wish I could get some help? Well, we do that. If you would like either myself or my team's help actually coming up with a plan that's specialized to you and your business, because with these podcasts, obviously we have to be very general and we can only go 20 minutes at a time. If you'd like to jump on a call with myself or my team, go to growmycleaningcompany.com/talk. We'll jump on a call. There's no charge, and we'll help you get some absolute clarity around exactly what to do next and how to do it. The reason we don't charge for these calls is the plan that we come up with, people want help implementing that. If that's the case, we're happy to talk about it. And if it's not, that's okay too. We're happy to just help you come up with a plan. So if you want to translate the information you're learning here into an actual plan that can change your life, give us a ring, growmycleaningcompany.com/talk. Love to either myself or have one of our coaches walk you through and actually personalize the content you get here to where you're at with your business. Talk soon. So I'm hearing the same answer on the client attraction and the employee attraction. The closer or the more clearly you saw what you wanted out of your company, the more naturally you attracted the right people. Like when you were not as clear and your standards were lower, you just had lower standards for employees, for your customers. Go ahead, please.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say we rushed through jobs. We didn't do the best kind of jobs we had to because we couldn't pay our employees more than what we can right now. So that also sets a standard, and that also sets a reputation that we want to keep up. So yeah, it's great. And then we have all of you guys who help us big time. So
So I would love to hear both. It's frustrating because Ruthie's so smart, but she's like super, not that Adan's not smart, but Adan and I have no problem talking. But Ruthie's like really quiet, but when she says stuff, you're like, why don't you talk more? And I think maybe it's because she's like, if you listen in Spanish, I would talk to you, but we're gonna take the Ruthie that we get. So I'd love to hear both of your perspectives on this. For I'm guessing there's lots and lots of people listening right now that are at that $5,000 or $10,000 range. They've been stuck there for quite a while. They feel they don't have enough money. They're cleaning their pants off, and they're like, how do I get, just if you could both, because I'm sure you have different perspectives, how do I get from I'm unstuck, you were stuck, and I want to be where you're at, and you were where I'm at, and you're where you're at. What's the biggest change, like one or two changes that you made? Speak to them directly if you would.
You want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, I'll go first. So the biggest change, or the most important thing to keep in mind, is that you can just do this alone. You could. It's gonna take you years to do this alone, but for us, I've always been the kind of person that looks for some guidance, some coaching, someone that does it better than me. So I just feel like if I was gonna do this alone, I would still be at the same spot, or not worse, because I would have been broke by spending all this money on payroll and all this unnecessary stuff that I was paying cars and all this stuff. So to me, it's having someone who can help me, who can coach me, who can listen to me, just like Suzanne does, and just, to me, it's like showing up. I have to show up. I have to show up to do this. I have to show up to learn. I have to show up to better my company. I have to show up to better myself and my relationship with my wife. So just having someone that can teach me, that's the biggest thing, because I can do all kinds of stores and things and learn all kinds of things on YouTube and everywhere. But if I don't have someone who knows where I'm at and who can tell me, hey, like, this is what you're struggling with, why don't you, like, this is the way you're gonna get out of this rut. To me, that's the biggest thing.
So I haven't forgot about you, Ruthie. We're coming to you. Don't think I've forgotten. But I know there's a lot of people out there, Don, and maybe you felt this way yourself, that are like, I know I need help, but good help is expensive. And that's my problem. I don't have the money, kind of like with the marketing. Like, I know I need marketing. I know I need coaching, but it's they feel chicken and egg. They feel trapped of, well, if I had the money, I could do it, but I don't have the money. Like, well, if I marketed and got coaching, then I'd have money, but I need money to get marketing and coaching. Right. And I know when you guys called, you weren't rolling in money. Like, it wasn't like you had a bunch of money sitting around for marketing or anything. So how did you go from that?
Right.
How'd you break out?
I've encountered something like that way before. I had some personal development through a company way back in the day. And to go into the second level of it, we had to pay, I don't know, a couple $1,000s. And I was so set on my goals. I really wanted to get out of where I was, that I went out and sold my car. I literally sold my car, and that money I used and I used to take the bus. I used to ride a bike. I used to walk to places to work, just because I really wanted it. I really, really wanted it. So, to be honest, when we started the program with you, I asked some friends for help because I just needed to do it. And I knew if I didn't do it, that would be way more expensive than paying you guys to do this, because that's gonna cost me way much more, all the time, all the years to be able to learn the stuff that I'm learning from you guys is going to cost me way more, millions, from what I could be making if I actually follow the steps and the processes that I'm learning. So it
So
was
the
just gonna
theme
be
I'm
more
hearing,
expensive.
because I want to make sure I get to Ruthie, the theme I'm hearing, Adan, is for when it comes to getting out of cleaning to marketing to getting help, it all seems like the same. You're like, when I was focusing on what I couldn't do, I
Mhm.
got more of that. And I'm again, I'm not advocating we should sell their car or anything like
No,
that.
no, 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 no.
If
Me
that's what
neither.
you need,
No, no, no. That's what I did.
yeah. And that wasn't for us, by the way. I don't know that I would have been
No, that was
convinced.
not for you. No, no, no.
So I'm not saying that was right or wrong. I am saying Don going, this is what I need. And I'm all in on this thing. I'm laser focused. And if it takes something extreme, like selling my car, then that's what I'm going to do. So
Mhm.
whether you should or shouldn't have sold your car, I can't advocate. I can't answer that. But
No, no.
the heart of if that's what it takes, I'll do it. I can say that is what it takes. So I'm just hearing over and over. I had enough pain when I just said I've got to get marketing. I'll just pay. I'll figure it out. I've got to get these employees to respect me and do the right thing. I will. You just stop looking at the price and said, I know the price is high, whatever that was in terms of money or your car, or maybe people quit or whatever. It really not even the price, the fears, because it wasn't the price, it was the fear of what it was going to cost. And
Mhm.
when you said I'm clear on my goal and that's where I'm going to focus, I'm going to do whatever it takes. That's when it's just like it sounds like the thing that you wanted was always on the other side of the thing that you're afraid to do. Talking to employees, borrowing money, putting in money to advertising you didn't have.
Right.
Am I hearing you right or am I twisting your words?
No, you're right. Yeah, you hear me right.
Okay. So I'm going to get Ruthie to answer, and then I want to say something out loud to you guys in as public as I have with this microphone. But Ruthie, from your perspective, for the guy, or in your case, maybe the gal out there that's like, I have been stuck at this 5 or 10,000, or just basically me and my spouse cleaning as much as we can, and we have income from cleaning. If we stop cleaning, we stop getting paid. We can't get to the next level. What would you say to that man or that woman?
Um, okay, for me, the best thing that we can do was start this program because I can never dream or imagine that I can just stop cleaning and
Mm.
getting big the business bigger than is right now. And with you guys, we just build a culture for our team, and we just got a really good customers with all of the system that we have it. I think this is
So if you had to
the
take us out, so this doesn't sound like a huge commercial, what specifically would you say around, get coaching? Got it. Obviously, I agree, but I want to make sure that people. And by the way, Clean Nation, we did beforehand. I didn't go. Okay, I'm going to ask you. Like, I almost don't like when people say that, but I want y'all to be able to answer honestly. So, in addition to getting coaching, what other change in behavior or beliefs would you give to Cleaning Nation out there who's struggling and stuck?
oh, that is huge. I just moved here to United States 8 years ago, and first thing is my English is not the best, and I struggle too much about that. But you can imagine how you can get it, and it's pretty hard when you just move here and you never realize if you can get a job even. And now we are owners on a company, and that is huge because we have now
Crazy.
8 employees with a company that is selling more than 30,000 in recurring clients,
Yeah,
and that is amazing.
it's
I,
huge.
yeah.
We don't stop celebrating. We never stop
Never
celebrating.
stop. What a beautiful,
Yeah.
you're so right. We are all so blessed. So I've been looking forward to speaking with you because I think I may have told you this in private. And I want to say it in public. One of my favorite things about Adan and Ruth is, and one of my favorite reasons of having you guys on, of all the clients we've had, you're probably the top 15% in terms of difficulty of getting you guys out of cleaning. And I just felt like we kept working together and it was going slower. I never had doubts. If we had doubts, we would have not had you in the program. So I knew you guys would get it, but it just took longer than some
Yeah.
people. And
Forever.
I just remember being frustrated because I'm like, I know these guys have it. And I wanted to tell you, and I'm like, I'm a coach who's gonna ever listen there. I think I'm just saying nice talk. Like, I know they have it, just don't give up. And I love that you guys and I'm saying this because I don't want everyone to think like it was just magic. Like we started working together and everything was up with no, nothing. It wasn't that at all. And, I'm going to give us, I think we contributed, maybe 11.5% we'll give the team Grow My Cleaning Company, but 90% was these guys just being coachable. And I got to be honest, like most of the time, it just goes a little quicker and a little easier. We tell people to do it. They do it. It's a little hiccup here, and they just rock it. You guys, I felt like it just took a minute. And I knew in my heart, and I know in my heart that you guys had, how you showed up in the way that you guys never gave up was going to win. But a lot of people give up right before they win, right? Like we keep telling you, it's going to be fine. You're going to make it. Just trust me. And they don't. So I just wanted to tell you guys how proud I am of you, because some people just have it easier, and I'm proud of them as well. But it just, for whatever reason, it just clicks quicker. Who knows if it's, I don't know what the heck it is. But you guys just had to fight harder. And again, this isn't a 5-year process; it's an 18-month process. But I'm sure it probably felt like 5 years at some point during the deal. So I just wanted to say, you guys can respond any way you see fit, or you don't have to respond at all. But I just want to tell you both, myself and the whole team, recognize that the cost for you guys, and I'm not talking about in money, of course, was just higher to get where you're at. And I think your gratitude and your appreciation maybe is more. Like, I think you're enjoying it more. And I'm like, I can't wait to see. I think because you put in all the hard work from 10 to 40, I think 40 to 80 is going to be just a lot easier. So I just wanted to tell you guys, because I'm sure you did it. And you're like, is everyone struggle like this, or are we just dumb? And I just wanted you to be like, no, it is what it is. So that's all I had. Any thoughts before I close this?
No. Again, every time we go out and we help another client, a new client, we just can't believe it. It's unbelievable, the feeling of progress, of getting out of what we've been carrying forever, what our families have been carrying forever. We didn't get out of cleaning right away because I felt like we were such hard workers, and we just wanted to show that we're such hard workers. We can do this, and we can, and that had us in that same position forever, and we just couldn't get out of it. But it doesn't matter if you're a hard worker or not. It matters that you should be doing the best that you can to live a good life, to help others, to enjoy the nice things that you have, and or the nice things that you can get, or the people that you have around you. And just, I mean, who cares about who works how hard? Like, who cares?
It's funny. In the middle of it, we all care a lot, but looking back, you're like, yeah, it wasn't so bad. It's always going to be twice as hard as you think it's going to be. But when you get there, it's 10 times as good as you thought it was going to be. So I'm just really proud of you guys. All right, Clean Nation, we got to wrap it. If this is helpful or encouraging, please, one of our old coaches, not old, young, vivacious, beautiful coaches, Tracy used to say, never leave the scene of a, kind of a breakthrough without taking some sort of action. So if you are inspired and you're like, I can do this, like maybe I just, maybe I gave up a little too early, or maybe like Ruthie said, I never believed I could actually get out of cleaning. If this is just giving you hope to it, maybe I can. Please, whether it's reaching out to us or doing something different, don't just be like, well, that was a good story, and then go back to what you're doing, because there's just more entertaining podcasts than this one if you just want entertainment. So please decide what you want, take a definitive action in that, and shift your focus from the things that you're afraid of that are probably holding you back to the things that you want. And you don't have to wait until you hit rock bottom. You can make a change anytime you decide today's the day to make a change. So if today's your day, make a change, do something different. If Ruthie, who just got here 8 years ago, and Adan can fight their way through, there's nothing stopping you. So appreciate you, Clean Nation. Take a step. We'll talk soon. See ya. Hey, Cleaning Nation, if you dug the content you just got, we don't do any ads and I don't sell anything on this podcast, but if you would just subscribe, rate, and review, it would be huge, and I'd be so appreciative. Not only is it going to help me, but you'll help other owners of cleaning companies across the world work less, make more, and get profitable. So if you appreciate the value we give, again, subscribe, rate, and review. It would mean the world to me. I'd really appreciate it, and we sure appreciate your time and attention.